Welcome back everyone, Josh here. And my question for you is, if I were to show you how to do a couple of things every single time you bring your boat back from the water, that would take about 10 minutes or less, increase performance, reduce drag, reduce wear, and can possibly extend the life of your batteries, your electric motor, and your gas motor. Would you try it out?
It's Angling Outings with Josh and Cletus.
Yo,
tips!
Yo tips! Yo tips! Yo tips! Yo tips!
Now, there are some things that you'll want to do when you get your boat out of the water for the day. One is like drain your live well. Another one is wash your boat off for zebra mussels and other aquatic hitchhikers. But the first thing you ever want to do when you get your boat back to the house is charge that battery. Now, Ginger here has only one battery, so we can get by with a single bank portable battery charger. But some John boats will have more than one battery. And like most bass boats across the nation that sails our waters, the average bass boat these days will contain 3, sometimes 4 batteries, which would be wise for you, economical for the batteries, and save some money on your pocketbook to get an onboard battery charger. An onboard battery charger is what it says. It's a battery charger you mount on board in your battery compartment. And each bank goes to each battery. So when you get back home, all you have to do is plug an extension cord into it, and the onboard unit does all the rest. And it is important to charge your batteries as soon as you get home, because it's been proven through decades with marine batteries that if you charge them as soon as you get home, you will keep your batteries at more of a full cell charge. And if you wait a week, a couple of days, even the next day, you can take a chance of your battery losing power. And that's going to decrease your performance on the water and could decrease the overall life of your battery. And another good tip is during the winter months, a lot of fishermen and boaters don't use their boats. So they store them for 2, 3, even 4 months or longer. And every battery manufacturer recommends that you go out and charge your battery to full cell capacity at least every 30 days. This will keep the longevity of your battery and keep a better performance while you're on the water. All right, now that we spent about 30 seconds plugging our battery in, the next step is the props on our electric and gas motors. There's a lot of debris and trash that's in our waterways that can get tangled up in these. So my suggestion is to go through, see what kind of tools you need for your boat. And if you can get a small duffel bag that you can put your tools in, you can keep them in your boat. Now, I do recommend, instead of going to the big name tool retailer and paying full amount for your tools, I do suggest going to your local one-stop shop or your discount tools supplier. Here, you can get tools for a lot cheaper, and you can even get them individually for just a couple dollars a piece. And some of these tools that you're going to need for your boat is going to be a size 10 wrench or a crescent wrench size. This is going to help you with your battery terminals and so many other things. Throughout running your boat on the road and through the water, your battery terminals can come up loose. So you're going to need to tighten them up. And if you've got a boat where you run it all day and you have to have a backup battery, it's going to be a lot easier to use a wrench to move your wires over to the backup battery. Because I don't know about you, but the last thing I want to do is lay on the back deck with my head in a storage compartment. And another tool that's going to be very helpful is going to be the needle nose pliers. This can do anything from switching out a fuel hose in your motor to pulling a hook out of a fish's mouth. And it doesn't matter if you're fishing or working on a boat, one thing that you're going to need is a good old-fashioned screwdriver. Oh, that's the wrong kind of screwdriver. These kind of screwdrivers. It's best to have a Phillips and a flathead, just to be sure of whatever you may be working on. And another good little product to have on your boat for those squeaky nuts or maybe even your seat, which I happen to have a problem with, is a little bottle of WD-40. You can get these for about $1 to $2, depending on where you go, and it's a good thing to have in your boat. All right, so now let's get busy. Now I'm going to do this in real time so you can see exactly how long it takes to take off the prop, clean it out, and put the prop back on. Now I do have a Minn Kota Turbo. It is an older model, and the only thing it takes to take off the prop is just the wing nut. Now I haven't cleaned out my trolling motor the last couple of times I went fishing, so there is a lot of line wrapped around the prop shaft. And it's going to take a little bit more time than usual to get all this line out. I have to get out my pliers and work on this. So let's take a look. I bet she's going to run a lot better now. And you'll want to line up the arms that is on the prop shaft with the two holes that the arms go into onto your prop. That is the correct way to reinstall your prop. And you don't want to drop anything that you're going to need to reinstall. If you do, you got to look for it and pick it up, because that is a lot cheaper than having to go through the company to get extra parts. Okay, now it comes to the gas motor. Now, Ginger here sports a Suzuki DT2. It is a 2 horsepower motor. Now, what I have seen with my bass boat before and other bigger motors is when you reach about 40 horsepower on up, you're going to have a screw head bolt that goes into the side of the propeller. This helps keep the propeller onto the propeller shaft. But with these smaller motors and with the bigger motors that I have seen, they all have this cotter pin. So on this motor, we just have a cotter pin. If you got the bolt, take the bolt out and straighten up the arms of your cotter pin and tap the cotter pin out. Then your prop is just going to slide right off. Now, I have recently opened this up to do some regular maintenance to the low end part of this motor. So I did clean out a lot of fishing line that was on this prop post. And to reinstall is the same as the electric motor. There's a couple little arms here, and you line it up with the arms that's on your prop. Well, I hope you learned something today, and I hope you can take away some knowledge from this video. And if you do, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and click the bell icon to get notified for future videos. And when you do hit the bell icon, go ahead and hit all, because YouTube has changed their settings and you're not able to get all of my notifications. So until next time, I'm Josh with Angling Outings.